Here we go. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. The Monday edition of Sunday's show. It's called This Week, so technically this week is going to be next week's last week. I'm going to have to write that one down. What's going on, everybody? So yesterday was a bit rough. For me, it was traveling all day. Drove up from Florida to the Cincinnati area, so I couldn't get it all together in time for the show. But we're here today. We're going to make up for it. And one of the things that happens whenever I travel is when I come back, it's kind of like Christmas. It's kind of like Christmas because all the stuff that I've ordered for my projects and just stuff on eBay and things that maybe I didn't want my wife to know about, but she knows about anyway because it shows up when I'm not here. That shows up. And so Mondays are kind of like, or whatever day I get back, Fridays, whatever, is kind of like Christmas. So today I'm going to share a little bit of Christmas with you. Some of the stuff that I ordered for the projects, we're going to open it up. We're going to do it live. And you're going to see what I got. But first, there's been a lot of negativity. Well, there's been some slight negativity in the comments. Let's be honest. I'm not going to beat nobody up. There's been a few people that have been upset with me because I've said something nice about AtGames, and I've said some negative things about Arcade 1-Up. I like to call that honesty or opinion. Just mine. So if you're getting all bent out of shape, I don't know. You should maybe re-examine what you're freaking out about. But I thought we would start with a little bit of positive, like let's say the Midway Legacy cabinet that I've been beating up. Let's talk about some of our favorite games, and maybe some of the stuff that we wish that could have been on this cabinet, the Midway Legacy cabinet, or a future Midway cabinet. So I'm actually going to use for reference the PS2 game. So I've got all three here. We're going to start with the first one, and we're going to have a little fun. I'll throw this on the screen for you so you can see it. This is the back of the box. This is the games that came on this one. This is the first volume. This had some of the old stuff, some of the classics. A lot of my favorites are on here. So hopefully you can see that. But you're looking at Spy Hunter, Defender, Defender 2, Bubbles, Joust, Joust 2, Sinstar, Splat, Clax, Root Beer Tapper, Road Blasters, Robotron 2084, Vindicators, Satan's Hollow, Smash TV, Marble Madness, Paperboy, Gauntlet, the 4-player, Rampage, the 3-player, Super Sprint, the 3-player, Rampage, the 3-player. Rampart was the first one that was 3-player. Rampage is the next one. Blast and Tubin 720. So for me, if we're going to go with just the ones on the end, listen, there's just a ton of freaking games on here that are awesome. But for me, if you're going to make, let's call this a cabinet. Let's call this one. This is cabinet 1, whatever, Or maybe we can, if we don't like any of these games, we just want a couple on here. We'll take that and put it on our new cabinet, right? So, but let's just call this cabinet 1, okay? If we have enough on here to make up a cabinet. So, from this disc, from this selection here that we've got, okay, so we got to go with Spy Hunter. You got to go with Spy Hunter. Defender's kind of a staple, but your controls, man. Your controls are going to be your controls are going to be a little bit different for that. So I don't know. Let's leave Defender's sideline. Let's pretend in this world we've already got the Legacy cabinet, and it's not that we can't take some games already on the Legacy cabinet for our cabinet, but let's go with this for a little bit, okay? Bubbles, not interested in. Joust, not really in. Joust 2, no, it's just I'm not really interested in those. Spite and Clax, Root Beer Tapper is cool, but it's got a unique control scheme. So I think so far I'm only really liking Spy Hunter and maybe Defender 1. Road Blasters, absolutely. Road Blasters is awesome. I think we're getting more into the 80s and some of the stuff that I really like. Vindicators, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't think I played that much. Satan's Hollow, I never played. Smash TV is awesome, but does that deserve its own cabinet? Once again, we're getting into some unique control schemes. I don't think so. I think this. I think I always talk about compromise, right? Arcade 1-Up is compromise. It is what it is, right? You're not getting a one-for-one representation. You're getting a scaled-down version with multiple games on it. So there's some compromises to be made. I say you put Smash TV on there, but it's just a one-player. It's just a one-player, and the one player, the only one that can play has control of the 2 joysticks for first and second player. What do you think? What do you think? Would that be crazy? I don't think so. I think it's a way you could incorporate it, and like I said, it's a compromise. You're not going to have 2 players playing, but maybe in our magical world, we'll have these things Wi-Fi and they can connect, so multiple people can play. You could have 2-player Wi-Fi that way, co-op that way. But Smash TV, without a doubt, has to be on there. And if you still want to keep it 2-player, maybe it's the joystick and then maybe 4 your directional buttons, or 4 buttons become directional buttons, and you got to kind of figure that out. Maybe you orient those buttons in a way that makes sense. So for sure, I really like, maybe it's just me, Marble Madness. I really, really enjoy, actually. That was a lot of fun. Just the mechanics and the balance and trying to keep that ball or the marble where it needs to be. Paperboy I like, but it's you know what? I think I learned my lesson on this cabinet. I think that if the controls aren't exactly where they need to be, it's just not gonna play well. It's not gonna work. And I don't know that you could make a universal control scheme for that. Maybe Paperboy just needs its own cabinet. So we'll leave that off the list for now. Gauntlet, yes. Rampart, not really. Super Sprint, you can't do that. It's no, you gotta have a steering wheel. But then Road Blasters, you have to have a steering wheel too. What do we do? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, we could have a driving cab, but I think you could do this without a steering wheel. But I don't know, if we're making an arcade machine, we gotta have a steering wheel for racing games. All right. I'm going against myself, so I got to take Road Blasters off, then, don't I? Damn it! All right, we'll see what this is. This is cabinet 1. Remember, cabinet 1. Let's do 2. Let's do 2 cabinets. One cabinet is like traditional arcade setup, and then our next cabinet is going to be steering wheel, or we'll call it custom controller, custom controls. So let's back up. So we're going to do Spy Hunter. We're going to go and do Defender. Put that on there. Let's do Joust 2. I'll make a compromise. Let's do Joust 2. People like Joust. So if that's the case, Rupert Tapper plays pretty good on the Legacy. So let's go ahead and keep that one. I think we can keep Smash TV on this one, on this first one. So let's keep that there. Marble Madness we can keep. Paperboy, let's put that on the other one, because I think that you could use the steering wheel the same way you would use that bicycle controller. So let's do that. So then we're going to keep Gauntlet and Rampage for sure. And then I think we push 720 to the next one. So anyways, that's our list. We actually kept a lot of those. Now, this is the next one. All right, boys and girls, this is the one. This is one where we could be splitting some hairs here. This is the second disc here. This is the back of the box for you to see. Now, okay, so we got Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. Did they not have Mortal Kombat on this? I'm looking real quick. Did they not have it? Which one? Mortal Kombat 1 is not on this? Did I just realize that? Damn. And it wasn't on the other one. Okay. So let's pretend. Well, now we're going to go. We'll just, okay. Let's just pretend. Okay. It's on our cab. Okay. Mortal Kombat 1. So Mortal Kombat 1. Let me put the list back up. So 2 and 3. Gauntlet 2, nah. Let's skip that one. Spy Hunter 2, we're going to save that for our next cabinet. I'm going to have to get all these things organized here. Xbots or Zybots. No, Narc, absolutely. Narc, absolutely. We got to have Narc on here. APB, you know what? Let's put APB on there. No, wait. APB was a driving game, right? That's right, APB. We're going to have to move that for other cabinet. There's so much goodness. And as we go through this list, it's jogging your memory, right? There are so many good games. So I think that we could potentially have some awesome cabinets coming down the pipe if they've obviously got that in with Midway. So Cyberball 2072, I'm not interested. What do you think? What do y'all think about that one? I don't know. Timber, no. Total Carnage, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. This is what, for me, this is where we get into the good stuff here. This is really going to fill out that cabinet. So you're going to have Total Carnage. You're going to have Pit Fighter, absolutely. Wizard of War, I'm not really interested. Xenophobe. No, let's not put it on this one because we got Primal Rage. I mean, that may need its own damn cabinet. but it's going to be on our Make Believe cabinet. So we're going to keep Primal Rage for sure. Arch Rivals, you could do that. You could do that. Now, talk about variety. That would really change it up. Rampage World Tour, that almost negates the first Rampage, doesn't it? Might have to take that off and put that one on. Okay, so let's put the Rampage World Tour on there. So we're going to keep that one. I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't played Cosmic Cruiser. Sorry. My bad. I didn't play that one yet. Championship Sprint, another driving game, hard driving, and Wacko. I played hard driving on the PC in 1995 because I'm old. And when you admit your age, you got to drink. So I played hard driving on the PC. I remember being into it, but we got to say that for our driving cabinet. So, and then Wacko. Sorry, I didn't play Wacko either. So this may not be the most informed games list tally, but let's look at the. So we got this one here. We got the first one, and then we got the second one. So I think this is what we do. So we're gonna have Spy Hunter. Let's see, make sure we're gonna have Spy Hunter, Defender, Joust 2 is what we said we're gonna keep. We're gonna jump over to Root Beer Tapper, and we're gonna keep Smash TV, Marble Madness. We can make work with this control scheme. We're gonna have Gauntlet, Rampart, and I say let's kick Rampage. What do you think? Let's kick Rampage. Blaster Tube. I say let's leave those off, okay? And then we're gonna jump over to this one because I think the reason we're gonna kick Rampage is because we're going to. I'll start over here. We know we're gonna keep Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna do Gauntlet 2, Spy Hunter 2 for sure. Well, no, I don't know. Spy Hunter, that may have to go to the driving cab too. I thought that was going to be, it's really simplistic because it's that overhead view, but maybe we do that. Maybe we go with the steering wheel on that one. Damn, which means we got to move Spy Hunter 1 off our list. Well, so that leaves us with, I think what we're going to end up with is, let's take Spy Hunter 1 and 2. I like them both and move them to the other driving cab. So then we're going to be, we're going to be back with this. So we're going to have still some great games. Besides the Mortal Kombats, we're going to have Gauntlet 2. We're going to have Narc. We're going to have Total Carnage, Pit Fighter. We're going to have Primal Rage. We're going to go ahead and keep Arch Rivals, little basketball game, keep that in there. Rampage World Tour, we're going to keep that in there. And then that's it. Now the next cab, this is the final one, okay? We're going to carry over some of the racing games from the first two. And I think this next one is going to be all racing games, but we got to decide which ones we're going to keep. All right, let's pretend in this world the hardware is not going to run these games very well, so we can only have a few of these. And there's not that many games on here anyway. So the driving games, we're going to break this out separately. We're going to keep Spy Hunter and Road Blasters and Paperboy. All right, so that's disc 1. So Spy Hunter, Spy Hunter, Road Blasters, Paperboy. We got it. All right, disc 2. For the driving cab, we're going to have APB. APB was fun. That was awesome. And then we said we were going to keep Championship, Sprint, and Hard Driving. The graphics are rough, but it's classic. It's classic. So, okay, so there we go. So that is what do we got? So we got 3 from this one. 3, 4. APB is 4, and we've got. Okay, so Championship Sprint, so 4, 5, and then 6 is Hard Drive. And now we're down to the last one, okay? So we've already got 6 on this racing cab. But remember, this is our world. So we're doing whatever we want. There's no limit on how many games you can have. You want 20 games on your Midway Legacy 2 cab? Or I guess this would be Legacy 3? Or maybe this would just be Midway driving cab. We're going to do it. So we got 5 already. So let's go with this one. Or 6. Okay, so this is fun. All right. Bear with me here. What do you think? We may even have to take these to a vote. So San Francisco Rush, the Rock Alcatraz edition. What do you think? Let me know in the chat. What do you think about San Francisco Rush? the Rock Alcatraz edition. I don't know that I played that one. I think I played, and the other game is on here. Let's go to that and check that out. So Hydro Thunder, I think Hydro Thunder is a given. We just have that on there. Okay. So we have Hydro Thunder, number one. Not number one, but I think let's skip the San Francisco Rush, the first one, the Alcatraz. Let's go with Hydro Thunder. It's got to be on there for sure. Okay. So Hydro Thunder, we got to keep that one. Super Off Road, anybody? I think yes. Badlands, that's the post-nuclear battle. That's Race Driving was the sequel. Let me put this up. Sorry, Race Driving was the sequel to Hard Driving. I think we just keep one. Let's keep Hard Driving because it's a classic, and let's skip Race Driving because it wasn't. It was better, but marginally. You're gonna have Stun Runner. I didn't like it. Is what it is. I think we got to keep San Francisco Rush 2049 though. San Francisco Rush 2049, and let's instead of doing Super Off Road, let's go with Off Road Thunder. All terrain vehicles racing. I think that's what you do. So that is my list. That is what I would want out of one or two Midway Legacy cabinets. If you've got a PS2 at home, get these. These are really fun. If you've got a PS3, you've got the old PS3, one of the original ones that was backwards compatible with PS2. Pick these up. And once again, these are the Midway Midway Arcade Treasures. This is the back of the box for the first disc, the second disc, and the third disc. So let me know if you're watching this on the replay. Let me know what games you would have to have, you could not live without on your Midway Treasures cabinet. So let's jump over to the chat now that I've talked long enough. Let's take a drink of bourbon, people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Happy Monday. Indeed, let me scroll back up. I apologize. I have neglected the chat in such a way that is unforgivable. Managed to make this one. Hey, yeah, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I had to go visit the mistress. I'm not going to judge you, brother. Do what you got to do. How you doing? Good to see you, Alfred. C-Mar, what's up? Raiden, that's what I'm talking. We got Raiden fans in the house. Raiden, love Raiden. Raiden 2 and 3. I'm sorry, Raiden 1 and 2, and then 3 was on PS2, and then Raiden 4 was on PS3. Good freaking games. Good games. Brad, how are you, man? Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Always honest opinion. Question mark? No, it's an honest opinion. It's being honest and having an opinion. When I say opinion, I'm admitting that, this is just my opinion, and nothing more, nothing less. Called truth. Well, in my opinion, Robo Grunt, it's called truth, right? But I think I'm a little biased to my own opinion. But thanks for stopping by, man. Brad is loving Alien versus Predator Capcom. What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't be spoiling things. Don't be spoiling things. Are you on my Instagram? I think you probably saw that. Classic Arcades. I have that one. Which one are you talking about? You talking about one of the discs? What, no bubbles? Yeah, listen. I'm not big on the bubbles. I know people are, but okay. Sinistar. I'm sorry. PS2 good disc. I jumped. I apologize. Let's jump to C-Mart. Okay, Sinistar and Defender. I didn't play Sinistar. Don't be mad. Don't get pissed. I didn't play it. It was that's my fault. It's my fault. And it's a damn shame because I got the disc right here, so I need to give that a play. But Defender, obviously, man. I mean, I can't. I don't think anybody's going to argue with you on that. Defender's it's a classic. PS2 good disc, yes. It's a good collection. It's a really good collection. If you're into Midway arcade love, greatness, these are the discs you want to keep. You want to get. I mean, and they're not expensive. If you've got a PS2 kicking around, they're not expensive at all. They're not expensive at all. So pick them up. Like I said, the third one's all racing games. So if you just want to focus on the first and second one, would not be a bad collection. Defenders play best today on the AtGames Gamer Pro 8-button layout is perfect for Defender. There you go. That's how I play. The Dad Dan. What's going on, man? Defender has a crazy, but yeah, it's got a weird button layout. Trackball. Well, listen, on our cabinet, on our arcade 1-up cabinet, will we have a trackball? I think we could. I think we could. I think if you got to go back to our more of the traditional control panel layout, and then leave room for that trackball. Do we? Well, here's the question: Does Arcade 1-Up decide to go ahead and just make focus on the one-player experience and not have the two-player experience? I don't know, because you lose some of the reason to have a cabinet, right? An arcade cabinet, you kind of lose some of that. So, Marble Madness. I like Marble Madness. I thought it was fun. Smash that thumbs up. Yes, if you would be so kind. Could you smash the like button? It really helps out the channel. I do appreciate it. 720 Arcade had a very unique controller. Yeah, and I don't think that you could. Well, I know that you could, but that almost makes that necessitates a dedicated cabinet. And I don't think we're there yet. Not for 720. Not for 720. Cyberball, baby. Yeah. Which one was that on? Did I skip over that? I apologize. Did I glaze over Cyberball? I did. Cyberball 2072. Was that like Mutant League football? That was awesome. Is this a PS2 mod cab? No. This is just this is my theoretical midway cab. This is just taking a list of games that I had compiled on discs. Games that were good enough to be put onto a collection. I wanted to go through those and just sort of pick our fantasy league, right? The games that we wanted to see on a cabinet. Doom was a lot better. Absolutely. Why wasn't World Tour put on the hardware probably? Well, yeah, there you go. Brad said it. Weak hardware. Yeah, probably. But now that's not to say that won't come back. The dad Dan. I think you could see that. We could see a newer generation midway collection. I think so. Whether they get their own cabinets or if it's another legacy cab, maybe they don't call it legacy. Maybe they call it something else. But I think you could see that realistically. I think that they're going to have to justify higher prices, which I think we're going to have. I think it's going to go that way. Paperboy is legit. Absolutely, Soul Assassin. It is good. It's fun, but it kind of requires a very specific control scheme, or it just doesn't play well. The experience is kind of lacking. Nope. Rush. What is going on here? Let me catch up. Ryan, the great Ryan Kennel has graced my presence, my stream. What's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. 8 bits in here. Hey, buddy. Love Super. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Off-road, Super off-road. Got you. Ryan Kennel, $10. Thanks, brother. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's a super sticker, and it is a flying pear. And I know you sent that flying pear with love, Ryan, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, and because you're such a great guy, what am I going to get? You're going to get Jago. Here you go.
Your path ends here.
Awesome. Ultimate. Thank you so much for stopping by. Ryan, if I thought you were going to stop by, I would have wore my my Ryan t-shirt. What was it? The Pixelated Ryan? Still got that t-shirt. Great support of the channel. Always been a good guy. No matter what, no matter how bad he talks on. Come here, bud. Give me just 1 second, everybody. All right.
Yeah.
Later. Say bye. Say goodnight to the YouTubes. It's my son. Night, buddy. All right. He still has school. They still have school here in the Cincinnati area for another couple weeks. So, but once again, Ryan, thanks so much for stopping by, man. I do appreciate it. Really helps out the channel. $10 goes a long way for my little channel. Everybody saying hi to Ryan. You didn't play Sinister. I know. Blasphemy. I apologize, Mitchell B. I apologize. I never. I'm not going to sit here and preach a sermon of totality. I've not played every game out there, and it's even worse because I had the disc and I haven't taken the time to play it. So I do apologize. Majin Majin Ian. Hey, nice to see you. Listen, don't go to the dark side, buddy. Come on back. We don't need you going Majin on us, man. Greetings all, and greetings to you. Jeff, hi. Hope you're doing well. I am very well, and so far I think everybody's doing well in the chat. Just having some fun talking about the what if scenario of the Midway Legacy 2 cabinet, and then we're going to do some unboxings here in a little bit and check stuff out. And yeah, so the dad, so 2 sticks for, that's what I'm saying. If you got the 2 sticks set up, maybe you make that compromise, and it's a 2-player cab. But when you want to play Smash TV, you got to have 1 player. You know, one player takes the 2 sticks, and it's just a 1-player game at that point. You know, either that or you set up your buttons in a way that they could function as directional buttons. Mitchell B, need Robotron? You know what? Our first cabinet was a little light, so I'll allow it. like a mess. This is a make-believe list anyway, so. Yeah, Arcade Mod Up makes an awesome Robotron. Really, makes an awesome Robotron Midway cabinet. They got other great stuff too. Really, I gotta check that out. You know, I have their 19-inch monitor upgrade for my Street Fighter cab. No matter what you may think of the company, I know no company's perfect. It's a corporate entity that none of them are, but that was the easiest install I've ever. I mean, as far you're talking about going from a stock monitor to a different size monitor, the wood was cut to perfection. The bezel looked really nice. It shipped as one assembly. You had the plexiglass on the front already. It bolted, it fell into place. It was plug and play. So that's my limited experience with Arcade Mod Up. I think that if that's any indication, I'd be willing to give that cab a try. Much love, buddy. Thank you, sir. Seriously, check out their cabinets they are making. I got the Model N Donkey Kong cab, and wow, it's super nice. Happy with it. You know, Majin, I think you need to people need to sort of beat that drum and get that good word out there, because there's not a lot of people that praise Arcade Mod Up. I didn't get any super negativity, or there's no massive negative response to that, but there was some. It was like, I don't know, man, Arcade Mod Up, I don't know. But my experience was pretty good. Sounds like you had a good experience too, so I think it's important that you're vocal about that, because the people that have complaints, complaints are valid, they're going to talk loud. They're going to speak loud. So if you want Arcade Mod Up to, you don't want the rep to suffer, make sure you get that message out there in the comment sections, and provide them with some feedback. It's going to help. Listen, if these companies continue to grow and invest and make better products, we all win. As consumers, we all win. That's why we're hard on Arcade One Up, AtGames, and all that. Give them a hard time. Make them do better. It's the same thing we do with any other corporation out there. If you want better products, you've got to communicate your displeasure to them. It's not just about dogging people. It's not just about ragging on a brand, and you're just voicing your concerns. Because listen, I think we want these companies to be better. I obviously want Arcade One Up to do better, to be better. And how are they going to know they're making a mistake if we don't speak out? We have to. Absolutely have to. How much are you selling them for? How much are they selling them for? You know what? I said in my, it was 8-bit, when I bought mine, I remember now. When I bought mine, it was $189, I think. So it was like less than $200. It's another cheap Chinese monitor, but it's a 19 versus a 17. And it comes as an assembly. Go back and check my video I did on the channel. It comes as an assembly. It's ready to go right out of the box. It fits in the grooves nice. It installs like the standard monitor does. It already has the HDMI breakout board on it, and you're ready to hook up and you're ready to go. And I've had no issues with it so far. So, knock on wood. I think it's probably going to be just as good quality wise as your stock monitor. So, I'm not saying it's a massive improvement. I think the Dell FP, I think it's FPR. That monitor that everyone uses, that 20-inch monitor, that Dell computer monitor, is great. It's much better quality, but it's also 15 years old at this point. And like I said in my video, you go try to find that on eBay. I mean, luckily, or if you're lucky in your local area, you can find some office supply store that's selling them for cheap. But you try to find these things on eBay. When you type in that serial number or that model number on that Dell that Dell 20-inch, just watch your eyes are going to bug out of your head. They're like $300, $200 because they know the market is there and people are buying them up. So it's crazy. So at least with that, you're getting it's a 19-inch instead of a 20, so that kind of sucks. But it is a brand new monitor. So and there's a little bit of a warranty there. So it's a bit if you've got a cabinet kicking around, a first gen cab, I think it's definitely worth doing. I don't know that it's going to look better than some of these 17-inch monitors on the Gen 3 cabs. And, the legacy cab, for all of its flaws, it's got a great, beautiful, crisp screen. I don't know that I would put it in there. I don't know what's going to look it's definitely on par. It's definitely a little better than, I should say, those first gen cabs. So if you've got a first gen cab and maybe you're thinking about it, give it a shot. Now, you're not going to be able to plug in your stock PCB on there. That's going to require another board. Not that I have that here. I don't have it with me. The Geekworm board. I can't think. I apologize. I can't think of the name. You're going to have that to kind of run that in tandem. And but it's not going to come out stock out of the box ready to plug in your stock PCB. That's another thing you got to consider. But if you can get that Geekworm board, that circuit board's like if it's in stock, it's like $30. So, but you can. What I liked about it is I had the Street Fighter cab, still got it. It's over there. You can get the bezel that that corresponds to your cabinet. So I was able to get the one for the Street Fighter already installed and everything ready to go. So I literally just took this thing out, peeled the paper off, and installed it in my cab. This is turning into an arcade mod up commercial. Now I still swapped out the joysticks on this mod. Also, I upgrade the speakers on all cabs too. That's just me though. No, it's not just you, bro. It's not just you Majin. This is I have these little 4-inch speakers here, these Fosgates. I put them in everything. Well, I take that back. I put them in the in my full size cab, and then in the first gen, they had the 4-inch. I think I haven't actually taken those speakers out of the third gen, but I don't think they're 4-inch. They're like 3-inch. Yeah, I think those are definitely smaller for sure. Oh, that's not that bad. Yeah, it's not. And I thought that it was the way that it went in. It's pretty impressive. I got a video on it on my channel. Check it out. I'm getting that 19-inch, same one you got. If it's there when I got the cash. Yeah. Yeah, give it a shot. Like I said, if you've got a first gen cab, the quality is going to be comparable. Third gen, like I said, I don't know. You're going to increase the size, but the clarity may not be the same. So, but it looked great compared to my stock first gen cab. So, or first gen monitor. I apologize. Fosgate, when having too much power, exactly. Well, it's the clarity because these are two ways. So I'm swapping out a just a standard speaker, and I'm going with a 2-way. That's a 4 ohm instead of an 8 ohm. So you got to have an inline resistor to drop that down. If you're going with mono, or if you're going with dual speakers, like I did on the 2-player racing cab, when I did that was fine. Well, because I didn't even go through the stock PCB, but as long as you maintain the same ohm rating, you're fine. So 2 4s would equal an 8, and you're good. But yeah, no, it's just to have the 2-way. You want to incorporate a 2-way when you can, because you're going to get that speaker, that tweeter. So you'll have your highs and your mids. A little bit of the lows, but you'll get much more sound clarity. And yeah, that's why I did it. It's just way better than that single speaker. So, all right, Christmas time. Let's open up some stuff that I got while I was gone. Once again, for those of you that weren't here for the first part of the stream, I travel for work all the time, and when I come home, it's always Christmas time because I always buy crap. eBay and Amazon are my best friends because I never have to shop anywhere. I just order it and it comes to the house. So, first one is this one. I'm going to start with this one because I can't remember what it is. I'm pretty sure I remember what it is, and this is not arcade related. If it is what I think it is, but this will just be for fun. So let's check this. I'm just giving you some warning now, so you're not pissed off. Like, oh, what is that? It's not arcade. This is this shows you how much of a dork I really am. Yeah, it is what I thought it was. This is Knight Rider Hot Wheels, but it's the Super Pursuit version. Yeah, Super Pursuit mode. So if you're a fan of the show at all, there's nothing on the back. I mean, there's some text, but it doesn't show it. There's no pictures or anything. If you're a fan of the show, it was season 3, I think, where they had to make Kit more souped up, so they have a Super Pursuit mode where he would hit a button and this stuff would come out of the car for no apparent reason, and it would just drive faster. But yeah, so I have the Hot Wheels kit. This is the Super Pursuit mode, so that is, yeah. I mean, you can see it looks. I'm not saying I won't take this out of the package, but I'm not gonna do it right now. You can kind of see. Yeah, this is, yeah, stuff just popped out everywhere. It was nuts. So anyway, so that's what that is. That's what that is. Okay. Everything else now should be arcade related. So let's start with the big one. And if you're quick, you already know what this is. So this is from Arcade 1-Up. I actually found something that they had in stock, and I bought it. This is for, so I'm gonna mod my X-Men versus Street Fighter cab, and I want to do a different marquee overlay. Obviously, I don't want to mess with the X-Men versus Street Fighter lit marquee. I don't want to mod that because I think there might be a big market for that. So I picked up a Galaga lit marquee. So this is the box. This is what's in here. You got your wooden dowels. You got your little splitter cable here. This will actually bolt up in a 1st gen and a 3rd gen. So I've had other aftermarket lit marquees, and they're good, but I think for me, when it comes to actually mounting in the cab, this is the better way to go because it actually has a threaded insert. You know, the way the entire cab goes together. You've got these threaded inserts here. See, here and here. So it really draws in the top part of that cabinet. So I got a Galaga. Obviously, I don't have a Galaga cab, but I'm gonna take this and just. The plan is to be able just to sort of peel this off, and I'm sure this will peel off, and then I'll apply my new graphic on here. So that's what that is. Arcade 1-Up lit marquee. Yep. So we're gonna mod that one because it's much more available, while the Street Fighter X-Men versus Street Fighter is not. So yeah. So believe it or not, Arcade 1-Up has a couple things in stock. If you look hard enough, you can find them. Jay, what are you doing? What are you doing? Junk 3PO. I didn't know you were monetized. Love you, bro. Love you too, man. That was completely unnecessary. But because you stopped by, you took the time to grace my little channel with your presence, I'm going to give you what am I going to give you? I think I'll give you you're going to get the best. I'm going to give you full gore, buddy. Much love. Thank you. Much love. A good YouTuber and a great friend. So thanks for stopping by, man. I do appreciate it. Let me back up just 1 second and get to these other guys talking straight. Yeah, Kit. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Hell yeah. Well, listen, I'm a kid of the 80s, man. Born in the 70s, kid of the 80s. Need a Hasselhoff figure to go with it. A very small one, right? To kind of go with. I actually want to get the I know you probably if you're a goofball like me, you what the hell are you doing, man? Stop this. Stop this nonsense. All right, let me give me a second here. Hold on. I'm gonna get to some other people, Jay. You're gonna embarrass me, man. Looks like a light up marquee. It is. Happy Monday, Rev Kev. Exactly, brother. Happy Monday to you. Nice. Thank you, sir. Hey guys, what's up? Memes. Thanks for stopping by, brother. We appreciate Majidin. At least there's no light bleed on. Well, that's true, except when you're a moron like me and you cut too much film off. Remember that one? That was nice. Not my finest moment. And I've had much finer moments, but not that. Meme saying hi to everybody. Hail, brother, hail. Hey, Memes, how's life? 8-bit, that's not a bad idea on that marquee. Never would have thought of that. Nice work. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with it just to, go with something. I want to keep this one because it's hard to find. And whether I turn around or sell it or keep it, I don't know, but I just don't want to mess with that. I think that's and it looks really good too. So Ultra Combo, exactly. Question: how or who do you use to print graphics or something like that? Okay, so if you're looking for quick turnaround time, this is what you want to do. Go to Game On Graphics. And if you're looking to have somebody design the stuff for you, it's going to take a while. You're going to look at a 3 to 4 week turnaround time, depending on. I think ArcadeGraphics.com. They say they'll tell you 2 to 4 weeks is your turnaround time, and so you're going to have to wait for them. When I go to GameOnGraphics.com and ask to have something designed, they don't really get back to you. But here's what you do. I use Canva.com for the artwork for my YouTube thumbnails. If you measure whatever it is you want to do, get the overall size of what you want to have printed, then you draw that in Canva and then take that image that you make and submit that to Game On Graphics as part of your design. He turns that stuff around quick. Actually, we're going to have some of that right here. So cover up my street address. You can't see where I live. But yeah, so we're going to open up some of this. You'll see some of that artwork firsthand, but I use that for everything. But if you do the legwork first and design all this stuff in the proper measurements and tell him the measurements you want, he spits it out pretty quick. So, okay, Mr. 3PO, don't ever tell me what to do. All right, duly noted, buddy. Duly noted. And because of that, now I've got to get some bourbon for you, brother. I got to get you some bourbon. And now because you've super chatted me, I'm going to have to hit you again with something else, right? What should we give them, kids? I'm going to give you Orchid. Here you go.
Target spotted. This should be quick.
You're good guy, buddy. You're a good guy. I'm very undeserving of your generosity. Thank you very much. There's many more things you could be doing with that money, but I do appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. Okay, LOL. One does not merely get a small Hasselhoff. Well, that's true. That's very true. One cannot even find a small Hasselhoff because a small Hasselhoff is not made. What you need is a full-size Hoff, cardboard, standy, 6-foot LOL. I need the full-size Hasselhoff and I need the full-size car. So I like where your head's at. I do. LOL. Jay is a big Care Bear. He will give you that Care Bear stare. I couldn't stand up to his Care Bear stare. All right. I'm just gonna be honest. This is a moment of weakness for myself. Okay. All right. Very, very generous. It means a lot, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah, leave the X-Men versus Street Fighter marquee alone. I think so. I think you leave that. You take that off. You keep that separate. Well, like I said, whether I sell it, maybe turn into some like wall art, that could be cool. You plug it in, and it's just hanging up there. I could definitely rock that. Shellback, buddy, what's up? June 3 people almost got paid, making it rain. Yes, he's very generous. Hey, Shellback, Brad, and H-Bit. What's going on? What's up, memes? Hey, memes. I think I'm almost caught up. Thanks, great stuff. Did he even say thank you? Of course I said thank you. Come on, man. Give me a hard time. Bourbon is on its way. What kind of bourbon are you tipping? Well, today is, well, for me, it's just Jim Beam. It's just Jim Beam straight. But for Mr. Drunk 3PO, it's gonna have to be something special. Gonna have to be something special. He said, yeah, vouching for me. He thanked you, yeah. Orchid versus Orchid. Well, of course. Okay, so moving on. Let's do this one. Now, this is from somebody in the community. I'm gonna go ahead and put him on blast here. Disability. So this man, you got to reach out to him on Facebook, and I'll leave this in the description so you can catch it on the playback. This is somebody who great to deal with. This is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what this is. This is the lit marquee for my next Countercade project, and just a great guy to work with. Really, really good up front. Does great work. Excellent communication too. If it's going to be late, it's going to be early. You know exactly what you're getting with this guy, and he's actually pretty cool. Actually, pretty cool guy. I talked with him a little bit. So, good guy. So you're getting the kit. So you also always get the stickers. Disability. He made the. I think I actually forgot to thank him in my video for the Raiden 2 cab. He made that one too. So it's turned out awesome. So this one is going to be a modded cab. So he didn't include some of the things, but you always get the splitter. You always get the screws. Everything you need to install it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'm going to show you. Who's ready? Who's ready for this? Are you ready for this? I don't know that you are. You may say that you are, but I don't know. I don't know. You might think that you are, but maybe I don't know. 8-bit is actually I lied to you. It's not just Jim Beam. It's actually Jim Beam Vanilla. I'll drink that straight when I'm feeling a little bit wimpy, I guess. They didn't have my usual today, so I got that because it's flavored and it's extremely smooth. So let me show you. This is a little bracket you're going to get that contains the LED, right? So this is going to go behind. You can see that. This is a little bracket here. It's got some double-sided tape. It's going to go inside your Countercade and shine the light through. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And all his wiring is heat shrinked. 5.5 millimeter connection here. Little wire, little cable management there for you. And then here is the actual. Now I think I revealed this on my last video about my cabinet, but this is going to give away the theme right here. Boom. So I'm running that PS Vita TV, and this is it. It's going to be the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Countercade. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. I am freaking loving this. Yeah, this looks good. I don't know if you can see it. It looks really good. Really good. Just 2 screws hold it in place. And because the screws are short, they kind of go into the meat of the wood here, so it doesn't extend, so you're not going to see the shadow of the screw sticking out. But there you go. There you go. So that's it on that. Next up. Once again, gotta cover up the stickers so you can't dox me. I can't dox myself, I guess. So this is from Game On Graphics, and you get your little sticker in the tube here. So it's always in this really, and this is not a thin cardboard tube. This is pretty thick cardboard tube. So we're gonna take our Gerber belt knife, go around here, cut all this tape. And I can't remember exactly. I know one thing that should be in here, but I don't know. There may be 2 things. I got several orders into them, depending on when he got. Now, see, just to show you, look how thick that cardboard tube is. All right, that's some thick stuff. So when you order from them, you're going to get. It's rigid, man. It's solid. Looks like. Let's actually just one thing or two. I'm gonna untwirl this here. Okay, I think it's just the one. Yeah, there's nothing else in there. And this is going to be another huge spoiler, but because it's a live stream, we're all friends here. I'm going to go ahead and let you know. So I showed you the marquee, the marquee that I'm gonna. I hope this is the right. Oh, I can't. I think it's a transparent film. So I showed you the marquee that I'm going to take off the Galaga. I'm going to take that off. And what is he going to put on there, you ask? What could he possibly be putting on there? That's it, kids. Alien versus Predator. I hope, is this transparent? It doesn't look transparent to me. Maybe it is. Oh, it's tough to see. I may have to put a light behind this one and see. It's supposed to be transparent, but I'm not sure. Is it adhesive? It is. Oh, you know what? I think maybe it's just the paper. Let me see. I think that's transparent. But anyway, yeah. So that's it. So I'm revealing now. The X-Men versus Street Fighter cab is going to become an Alien versus Predator cab. Thank you, everyone. I know everybody is shocked. As much as I, talk about my love for that game. Nobody saw that one coming, did you? But the X-Men versus Street Fighter cab is going to be perfect. It's a Capcom cab. The control panel, I'm going to share a little bit about that project. Now, it's not going to be the next one up. The next one up is going to be the, I'm pointing at it because it's up here. You can't see it. But it's the Countercade, the Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's got the horizontal monitor in it. And I was waiting on artwork. So I got the side artwork. I got the control panel all done. I've got to wire it up. I'm going to go through in detail how I make this wiring work because it's not just as easy as plugging it in. It's a little more involved than that because the PlayStation Vita TV, which is right here. So the Vita TV does not really support USB controllers. It really does not by itself. So for those of you that saw that video, like, wait a minute, how are you going to make this work? It's not that simple. So you were right. You were right when you said that. It's not that simple. You can't just plug that in. So I'll go in detail on how I'm going to make that work. I fully tested this before I ordered artwork. I make sure I test all this stuff to make sure it's going to work. So you're going to see that. So this week, I'm going to be in town, home for a week at least. Knock on wood, right? So I'm going to finish up the Countercade. That's going to be the next one. We're going to go in detail. We're going to go in. Basically, it's going to be power distribution and then controller. You know how we make that work with the PS Vita. And we're obviously going to install our lit marquee. It's going to be part of all that. So then we'll be able to wrap that up, finish up. That's going to be fun. I love Marvel vs. Capcom. The third game was really good. Really good. 2 is probably my favorite, but 3 was really good. So we're gonna enjoy the hell out of that one. That's gonna be fun. A lot of fun. So anyway, so it's gonna be about finishing up the artwork installation, the power management, power distribution, I should say, and then it's gonna be controller. How do we make the controller work with this? That's gonna be the focus of that video. Then we're gonna call that done. I've got one of the things I thought that was gonna be in here that was not, but I think it's on its way. Still working on the 2-player Ninja Turtles control deck. That's going to get custom artwork. It's going to be, I'm not going to modify the stock 4-player setup at all. I'm not going to take anything out of it. I want to make a standalone unit that's going to plug in. Put the knife down. I want to make a standalone unit that's going to plug in place of the 4-player so that at any given time, I'm actually thinking about just having the 4-player control just kind of mounted on the ceiling or on the wall, not the ceiling. The ceiling would be a little weird. Don't mount it on the ceiling, kids. Mount it on the wall. Mount it on the wall directly above the cabinet so that you can take that down. You can swap them out. Plug and play. So that's going to be done this week. The legacy cabinet. I think I've decided I'm just going to make a completely separate control panel. The one that comes on this it's just garbage. It sucks. But we don't want to modify the cabinet itself at all. So if you ever wanted to return it to stock, you can. So we're going to do some experimentation this week. We're going to try a Gen 1 control panel, see what that looks like. We're going to try a Gen 3 control panel, see what that looks like as far as fitment goes. So, and then I'll give you my results. It'll be in the video, and then you can kind of judge for yourself how you want to go about modifying yours. 8-Bit has a really good video about, raising it up just enough to where it's flush, and then using just the deck protector itself is sort of the leveling median, the surface, keeping that plane smooth by using just a deck protector. So that's a really cool way to do it. I want to actually recreate the entire. I want to remake the entire surface. So that's going to be interesting and fun. Some of the goals with that video is going to be if you could possibly reuse a Gen 2 control panel, which I don't have, but I have a Gen 1 control panel, the Final Fight control panel, and then I have a Gen 3. If you could possibly just take a stock one from somewhere else, maybe you buy it on eBay, and put this on your legacy cabinet and see if that will work, because then artwork is easy. You just order the artwork and you're good to go. Depending on the control panel button layout, obviously. So we're going to do some experimentation on that. I think that the only way around getting around the height issue with these is going to have to be a riser on a riser. Is what we have to do there. So it's going to be fun. But I'm excited about this week. I'm excited about getting some time home. I really want to wrap up a few of these projects because we're going to have to move on, kids. We're going to have to get these things done. We're going to move on to the big boy. I haven't told you how I'm going to run Alien versus Predator on this. No, I do not have a stock arcade PCB. Those things are $500, and you're only gonna be able to play one game, and then you still got the CPS2 suicide battery in there. I don't want to have to deal with that issue, but I've got a great way to add. It's not a cheap way, but you know me. This is going to be a plug and play modification. You can go buy and you can go install in your cabinet with minimal effort. The idea is really to reuse the control panel. There's going to be some wiring. There's going to be some relocating some PCBs, but we're going to add games to this. We're going to add Wi-Fi capability to this. This is going to be something that can be updated via Wi-Fi. It's going to have online leaderboards. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really, really fun. I'm combining a couple products that maybe you have. I'll tell you where to get them. But maybe you already have them, and let's combine those and really, really make a awesome arcade experience, especially if you're a Capcom fan. So let's see what we got going on up here. I apologize. I know I kind of skipped around a little bit. I think I left off here. Looks like you're doing well. Glad for you. I am, brother. I am. Look forward to having a bourbon with you myself someday. Well, let's make that happen, buddy. Let's make that happen. I think that hopefully COVID is waning, and then we can all hopefully travel again and get together. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Mitchell B looks awesome. Yeah, it looks good. I think it's gonna be fun. Everybody knows, and I've said it before. Probably my favorite arcade. I know it's weird because it's not like a super classic. Probably my favorite arcade game, just because the nostalgia that I had for it, and just the player experience. It's just fun. It could be even one of the greatest movie tie-in games. Also, when you really think about it, as far as pure player experience. And one thing that a lot of people don't know, well, maybe you do, I don't know. Alien versus Predator, the Capcom arcade game, was based on a script for a movie sequel of Predator that eventually became Predator 2, the one with Danny Glover and all that. But it was based on a legit script. It went so far along. It was almost like a Superman. What was it? The Death of Superman. The movie that they cast Nicolas Cage, and they went through all this production, and then eventually they didn't make the movie. It didn't go quite that far, but there was a script and there was a concept, and then Capcom was allowed to make a game based off of that script. Didn't happen, but so you had Arnold Schwarzenegger with a robot arm going to come back. You had another human character, and then you're going to have predators and aliens, and it was going to be it's going to be awesome. But those who played the game know the storyline. But yeah, it was just freaking awesome. So it's my favorite if not the favorite, one of my favorites of all time. 19K Fox, I'm still in shock that Walmart is carrying the Neo. I know, right? I saw that, and I know I posted that, but I posted that about an hour after I saw Unqualified Critics post that. So I can't take credit for that as far as finding it. But I saw that he posted that. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I got to share that with everybody because it's awesome. Yeah. But it's really cool that they are. Thanks for posting earlier this week. Yeah, it's, man, that Neo Geo is another company, game publisher that is just near and dear to my heart. Absolutely near and dear to my heart. I love those games. I mean, come on, Metal Slug, Samurai Showdown, the King of Fighters. I wasn't really into because I was into all the individual franchises they had. I loved Art of Fighting. My favorite character was Robert in those. World Heroes I thought was really cool. A lot of these. That was a cabinet. That was another one of those cabinets that I played. It's got nostalgia for me. At the USO when I was in the Army, they had a Neo Geo cabinet in the back, and it was just like I think it had Art of Fighting, World Heroes. I think it had that baseball game that it always has on there, and then it might have had Lord Metal Slug, maybe not. It may have just been Fighting Cab, and then that baseball game they always had. I forget the name of the baseball game. It was like on every single MVS. But yeah, man, the fact that they have that is awesome. Absolutely awesome. Alien versus Capcom, or yeah, it is an excellent game. The sprites look good, the character designs are awesome. I mean, I'm looking up here because I got all the figures from the game. Like you even got one of the bad guys. I'll go ahead and pull this down. Excuse the crotch shot, boys. One of the you even had this guy. You had an infected predator as one of the villains, in the game. It comes with a freaking face hugger. Look at that. Come on. So, yeah, it was a really mad, they call it the Mad Predator. But it was just a great game. One more crotch shot, guys. There you go. It was just a great game. And like I said, the sprites looked really good. And just, overall, just the level design was impressive. You had a pretty good variety. And they incorporated a lot of the aliens, a lot of the mythos from the movies, too. You had the Queen Alien is in there. I'm not trying to spoil anything for you, but you got the Queen Alien in there, and then it turns out that's not even the real threat. The real threat is the humans, and this whole plot going on after that. So it was engaging. It was fun. There's a lot there. There's a lot there for sure. Elvis has left the building. I'm assuming that's you. Well, thanks for stopping by, brother. I do appreciate it, Mitchell B. Thanks, sir. Get some rest. I'm sure everybody has work tomorrow. I do not because I work this weekend. So, so I had today off. I had to finish up some paperwork and all that. But tomorrow I get to start back on my passion. What I love is goofing around with these arcade machines. Evening. How are you? Snow Dub, brother. How the hell are you, man? How the hell are you? When does the Killer Instinct cab drop? Nobody knows, Snow Dub. Nobody knows. Everybody's dying. We're trying to get something out of Arcade 1-Up and nothing. I did a little video where I talked about how I actually asked them on their Facebook page or Instagram, like, hey, are we going to know anything about the Killer Instinct? Is there going to be an announcement at E3? And they wouldn't commit either way. And I think I said in that video, listen, I'm not a member of the press, or this was probably my last live stream. I'm not a member of the press. They don't owe me anything. So it's not like they had to tell me something, but I think everybody's dying, man. We got to know. We got to know what the hell's going on. OMG, if KI even if it came to Walmart, listen, I think, I don't know, but I think Walmart's where it's at, dude. You're talking about mass appeal. Because GameStop was dying until recently, right? So there's not that many GameStops left. If you really want to get products out there, get that deal with Walmart and Sam's Club and get these new cabs out there. The X-Men versus Street Fighter is technically a new work cab, I guess, but get the legacy cabs out into Walmart if you really want to push this. You think initial release of KI will be at GameStop? I just talked about, I think my prediction is Best Buy. I think Best Buy will probably be the place you want to go for that. But I don't know. Okay, so Best Buy had this one thing. Best Buy was able to lock up Marvel vs. Capcom as an exclusive. At the time, I think that was probably the most anticipated cabinet that Arcade One Up had, bar none, right? So I'm leaning towards Best Buy. I'm leaning towards Best Buy. I don't think Walmart's going to pick it up because for whatever reason, I don't know that. I worked for a company that sold to Walmart previously. Before I don't work for that company currently, but I worked for a company that sold to Walmart, and we had to deeply discount our products to get them into Walmart stores. So I'm not going to bag on Arcade One Up here because while that's the best way to get it out to the majority of the customers, the consumer base, to get eyes on your product, you got to do deep discounts to sell to Walmart. So maybe for some of these top tier cabs like the Killer Instinct, maybe Best Buy is the way to go if you want to maximize your profits. Because if they can maximize their profits, then that retail price stays low. Comparatively speaking, of course, if they were to bring Marvel vs. Capcom to Walmart and discount enough to get it in those stores, maybe they would have to raise that price up to $550 or $600 to make their money back. So, like I've always said, Arcade One Up is about compromise. Listen, any grown-up knows life is about compromise. And so what do you want to compromise? What do you want to lose? What's important? And that's what you really got to focus on, what's important. I think the games, controls, artwork is really important. So now what suffers? Because something has to, or else you're paying $1,000 for a 1-to-1 replica of a cabinet. And that's not their business model. 30 people watching. Hell yeah. Please, if you don't mind, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thanks, man. Thanks, Snowdub, for always coming in and keeping me on point. Thanks, brother. Great project. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Kind of building what you always wanted as a kid, basically. Nick Cage's Superman. The world will never, ever be ready for that. Yeah, if you, I don't know if you've seen the documentary. So the great John Snepp, who used to be on Arcade, back up, AMC Movie Talk, that later became Collider. He passed away just a few years ago. He had a great documentary, which I bought. Bought it on Blu-ray from his website. It was The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened. So it was Superman Lives was the name of the movie, and then it was what happened to that, what happened to that movie. And he goes into depth. It's a really good documentary. He talks to everybody involved. He talks to, the producers of the film. Kevin Smith is one of them. He was one of the original writers of the film. He talks to Tim Burton, who's going to direct the film. All that. Doesn't talk to Nicolas Cage, but that's like the only person he didn't get a chance to talk to. But it was a good documentary. Tons of artwork on it. Oh, man. I think it would have been a dope movie. I think that movie would have been dope. Seriously. I think it would have been badass. I think because this was back when Tim Burton was still hot. And, I think it could have been, really good. Yeah, Killer Instinct is my next. But yes, exactly. Killer Instinct. The only thing, Snowdub, is it's going to have, from the renderings we've seen, it's going to have this legacy cabinet design, which means you're going to have a smaller control panel. That kind of sucks. Oh, you did? Sweet. Nice. I'd love a KI 2013 standalone or a Rec Room Masters with art running PS4. Hell yeah. I got one of the old Rec Room Masters that I actually sold it to a buddy, but I was running a PS2 at the time. PS3 was the current console, so I was running PS2 in that. And I always wanted to do some custom artwork. Yeah, I really wanted to do something, something slick, and I just kind of had the stock artwork that came with it. So I saw it rather. Okay, cool. Let me know in the chat what you're talking about, man. Lon Chaney, I apologize, I'm probably butchering your name. Lon Chaney 1. Let me know what you saw. Are you talking about the movie, or what are you talking about? KI is a must buy. Yes, see, everybody says this. Killer Instinct. If you can listen, if they get the emulation correct, that's just one of those arcade staples. In the 90s, Killer Instinct was somewhere in the arcade. You could hear it. You would run to it. You had to have it. You had to play it. Even if you sucked like I did. I wasn't very good. But we all need to prepare. Yeah, the control. Well, listen, 8-bit, you know more than most. The control panel has issues, and the stuff you're going to have to you're going to have to work on to fix that. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, 19K Fox and I will modify it. Yes, we will. Damn straight. And I'm trying to practice on this bad boy back here to really get it down. I've got a router table coming. I'm going to have to get creative on the curves because the fitment has to be correct. I went over some of these issues in my last video, but my last live stream. But the fitment of that control panel has to be right. It can't be just sort of a piece of wood sitting on the side on the uprights, right? It's got to be contoured so that fits snug, so that looks correct. So I think that basically I'm going to rebuild a Gen 3 control panel, but I'm going to have to do a custom curve with a router to try to get that radius just perfect. So I've got some guides coming and templates coming. Going to try to see if I can recreate that as much as possible. And my goal is to make it and then give you a step-by-step on how I did it so that you at home can recreate this. It may require you to buy a few tools, but the idea is to get this out there to the community so that we can all, fix, what I would consider to be a pretty big issue with these legacy cabs. The Doc and Nicolas Cage Superman. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you saw the doc. Okay, got you. You saw the documentary. Yeah, that was a good. John Schnepp was he kind of coined the phrase the sweaties. That's kind of what we are in our specific topic of nerddom. Whether it's movies or comics or video games like we are. We are the sweaties, and it was so interesting to delve into that movie and to hear about the process and to see how far they let it go before they shut it down. Right, crazy. It was crazy, but no, I'm glad you saw it because it was a pretty cool. It was a pretty cool documentary, for sure. Combo breaker from 50 feet away. I know, right? Yeah, exactly. True. Love what I did with it. Yeah, exactly. But the control panel is still too tight for 2 players. We just gotta break that out, man. The Arcade 1-Up needs to do that. We're talking about a game of inches, really. Kind of like football, right? It's just give us a little more. They should have never scaled this down at all. What they had was doable, but I think even the biggest Arcade 1-Up fan would say even their original control panel was tight. It was tight, and I'll be the one to say, listen, I have about 4 of these things brand new. I've got another one that I bought used, and it's very serviceable, and it functions, and it's enjoyable for 2 people to play on one of their cabs, the 3rd generation cab. But you didn't have, in my opinion, from that design, you didn't need to get it any smaller at all. Not even 1/8 of an inch, because it's just on that ragged edge. And when they did that with these legacy cabs, I just don't understand why. I don't understand why they did that. I really don't know. But it's what it is. I'll just fly it. Yeah, there you go. And you can mama. Exactly. We can do a live stream from your place. Modding your, well, I don't know. Okay, for those of you who don't know, so Snowdub he didn't buy the superb combo that just came out, the 2nd gen Mortal Kombat. He got this thing when it came out. He was able to get his hands on a Mortal Kombat 2nd gen cabinet. And he was showing this thing off back in the day, back when it was brand new. So he's old school with this. He knows what's going on. And I told him that thing's worth a lot of money, so I wouldn't touch it. So modifying that control panel, Snowdub, you don't even need to. You're good to go. I would probably swap out that dinky speaker. I don't know if you saw this, for some like a Fosgate. Get you it's a nice 2-way speaker. Really pick up those mids and highs, really make it nice. And yeah, that's probably about all you really should do. And get the most out of that little speaker, and then maybe get a lit marquee. I mean, you're done, man. That's all you need. Fatal J, my brother, my soul brother. So good. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. I love y'all. And man, I'm so happy the Dark Council's coming back. I know y'all need a break like everybody else does, but damn, so glad the Dark Council's coming back. And because you gave me that, I got to give you, you know what? I'm going to give you something a little bit different, Fatal. Thank you so much for the $5. This is for you.
Get ready! Got you! Kame-hame!
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, showing the love. It really, really, I do appreciate it, man. Yeah, that was a little something I did on the app, the Dragon Ball Legends. Fun game, and that was just for you, buddy. Arcade One Up was not thinking with the design of Legacy. I don't think that they were. I think that they were. I think you're right, Majin, Ian. I think they were focused on the look. They were like, man, how can we make this look cool? And from 50 feet away, this looks great. I'll take that one step further. Even when you get up close, it looks great. The artwork looks good. The overall, the silhouette looks great. But then you get up and you're like, why the wings? And wait a minute, the control panel is even smaller. And then you walk up to it and you're like, oh my God, I'm 6 foot and I can't see, an inch and a half of the screen. What have you done? I think they did that because they were just looking at they were looking at the overall aesthetics of it, and they weren't concerned about form, or I'm sorry, they weren't concerned about function. They were concerned about form. How does it look? That's it. So yeah, man, I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't know what they were thinking. Yep, here you go. Had it when it was, before it was cool, he had it. If it's not broke, no need to fix it. I never understood that. I felt like that they had, by generation 3, they had nailed it. Every cab that was coming out, not only did it have the dual speaker setup, the stereo speakers up above the monitor where it should have been, but we were getting Wi-Fi. I mean, come on. I mean, X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom, NBA Jam. These cabinets were coming out with the dual speakers. We were getting Wi-Fi. I'm like, man, well, good Lord. Generation 4, what's next? And it's like, oh, Generation 4 means no Wi-Fi and smaller control panels? What? I don't get that. And most people didn't. Exactly. Whoa, indeed. Yeah, it looks cool. It does. It looks, I said that in my review, where a lot of people got upset, but I'm like, listen, it looks great. There's some positives here, but they just, they don't outweigh the negatives. Not at all. Yeah, it looks good. But the visual issues with the marquee blocking, yeah, the ledges, brains were out to lunch. If I wanted this in the corner of my office somewhere, just plugged in, lit up, and I never wanted to play it, it would be perfect. But because I actually want to play the thing, that's a problem. That's a problem for sure. Hunter Killer 292, thank you so much for stopping by, brother. What's your thought? I say brother, I don't want to assume your gender, I apologize, but Hunter Killer, like a badass dude thing to name yourself, so we'll go with that. What's your thoughts on Marvel versus Capcom? Is it too tight for 2 players? No, NBC. So this is probably the best that Arcade One Up has ever done. It's not perfect, obviously. I think you could probably go another 10 inches width, you could almost have a 4-player control panel, but separated for 2 players. You could almost use that much real estate to really make it super comfortable. But for me, this is a great, for 1 player, it's almost perfect. You're rocking along. The bolt heads never bother me. I'm having a good time. When you have that second person in, you got to step to the side a little bit and play. But no, listen, if you're on the fence about any one of these cabinets at all, here's going to be your problem. If you like the fighting games, you're going to be looking at $500 for MVC, which is going to come with, I'm going to tell you what's different from this next cabinet I'm going to tell you about. So this is going to have a stool and a lit deck protector and one more game than X-Men versus Street Fighter. I'm pointing at it. You can't see it, but it's right here, which you can pick up now on Walmart.com for $350. So it's $150 cheaper. You don't get a stool, and you don't get a lit deck protector, and you don't get that 5th game. But Marvel vs. Capcom comes on this cabinet. So it's like, if you want to spend an extra $150 and get the lit deck protector, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's pretty awesome. You get a really dope stool. It's got the Marvel characters on there. You're gonna get one more game. You're gonna get all the versus games except Alien versus Predator. All the fighting versus games come on the MVC cab. So you're gonna get and it also comes with Marvel superheroes, and it comes with this Super Nintendo port, which I'm not even going to worry about. But it comes with the 3 versus games, and it comes with Marvel versus Marvel superheroes. X-Men versus Street Fighter, you get 2 of the versus games. You don't get Marvel superheroes versus Street Fighter. You get X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom. You get X-Men Children of the Atom, and then you get another Super Nintendo port. So I don't know why they put those on there. But it comes with a lit marquee, and it comes with Wi-Fi. So the choice is yours. But and they're exactly the same. I think the control panel I think it's the same exact artwork. There's no difference as far as the control panel is concerned between the 2 cabs. But the X-Men versus Street Fighter cab looks really good. It's all blacked out, whereas this is blue, this is black. So if you're going for a certain color or aesthetic, that's something to consider. But it's it's what do you want to do? Do you think it's worth another $150 to get the stool and the lit marquee and the other game? I did. I started with that one, and then I got the X-Men versus Street Fighter. So that's what I'm. That's the information you have, and you got to kind of make your own decision there. But no, I don't think it's too tight for 2 people. I want to know why they don't make the cabs 3 feet taller. I don't know. I know that as far as shipping purposes, it's if you stay under 4 feet for the overall dimensions of your box is cheaper. So they're saving some shipping costs there. So I get that. But then if you're going to do that, you could make your risers taller. If you look at the Star Wars cabinets, they had an 18-inch riser. I don't know if that's 15-inch riser. So it was physically taller than the other risers that came on these other cabs. I think they're 12, so you're 12 and 15. But you could go with a 15-inch riser for everything and just make it that much taller. I don't know if there's a negative to being too tall. I mean, really? I mean, unless it's so tall you're looking up at the thing, which I don't think that's the case. But I think that there's an argument to be made where they should have just gone with the 15-inch risers versus the 12, just moving forward. And then that way, like, you think about that. If you go with that for the Legacy cab, you don't have a problem. There's no issue there. MVC is the way to go. I agree with C-Mart. If I had my choice, as long as you got the cash, as long as you got $500, do that. See if you can't get some Best Buy gift cards or something, and maybe take $50 off or $100 off or something. It's the way to go, I think. LOL. I'm white as snow, and brother works. Ex-military. All right, man. I was 19 kilo. That's where the 19K in my YouTube name comes from. Ex-military as well. Got the nickname from the LAVs. Who worked in Canada, and that was the main cannon aiming system name. Hunter Killer. I like it. Good. I don't want to hurt. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not as sensitive as most, but I understand there's people out there that, I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. Do we get scan lines and MVC? No. There's no scan lines. No scan lines. Change difficulty. No scan lines. I know you can change. There's not too much you can change. Now, with the Legacy cabs, you get difficulty changes, but you don't get scan lines. I don't believe so. No scan lines on the MVC cab or the X-Men Street Fighter. Do I like those lit up Deck protectors. I don't have any games with one, so I have no way to experience that. Your thoughts? I did a quick video on, it was a close-up review of just the lit deck protector on the MVC cab because nobody else was doing it. I don't know why. Because you got, so let's go over the arcade one-up cabinets that have the lit deck protectors. Not that thing I just said. That's a whole different thing. But you're looking at, obviously, MVC has a 2-player lit-up deck protector. You're going to have the Pac-Man 40th edition that has a lit-up deck protector. You're going to have NBA Jam. Best Buy has a version that has a lit-up deck protector. It's not necessary. It is pretty cool to have. I got it off now, but if you go over here and turn it on, you can select your color. So there's several different colors. And then you get to the end, and you can, like right now, it's just going to cycle through the colors. It's cool in a dark room to see it kind of doing that. It's not necessary. One of the negatives is when it's on, you can see every fingerprint, every microscopic scratch. You can see it because you're shining a light through it now. So that's a downside. I think, so, it's not necessary. I think that if it didn't have it, I'd still go with that. You're getting the stool and you're getting the extra game. But if, let's say they took away the stool, I don't know if I'd spend $150 more just to get that other game. I don't know. That's just me. Shame the cabs are not custom made to order because then people could decide if the extra cost to shipping handling is worth it or not. Probably too slow to do and too much trouble. They could offer you a riser option. So the cabinet's the same size, but they could say, hey, do you want a standard riser or do you want a tall riser? I mean, I say go with just tall risers for everybody just to make things simple for them, but that would be an option for them, right? They could have a download service for games. I think, but when it comes to physically making the cabinets themselves, do you add a spacer? Do you include a spacer, an optional spacer, so you have your cabinet and your riser and then another spacer? Is that too much? I don't know. But that would give people options. I don't know. We may be trying to do too much, but still. Hello, Hypersonic Pleasure. What's going on, man? How you doing? Yeah, the stool is badass. I like it. I think it looks good. I think it does too. Is it worth that extra money or not? Yeah. Yes, I think we keep coming back to that, Demi Dragon. I think you're right. I think we're just going to keep coming back to, I think at the end of the day, if you go with a taller riser, you're including a riser with these cabinets anyway. So you're talking about 3 inches more material. That's it. You're not changing the overall size of the packaging because they did that with the Star Wars cabinet. So I think that's what you do. You just go with that. And is that going to be really too tall it's not going to be too tall for people. I don't think that control deck could come up 3 inches and I'd be fine. I'd be fine. I mean, I'm 6'1", so maybe I'm only slightly taller than average. I'm not that much taller. So, riser. Yeah, exactly. You want a riser for your riser? I mean, and that's what I'm going to have to do with my freaking Legacy cabinet. Make a damn riser for a riser. Ridiculous. But unfortunately, that's what we have to do, right?
What the hell?
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up.
We're going to wrap it up, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by. I went a little long here. I apologize, but we're having fun, good conversation. So I've got a lot of stuff that has come in for my projects. I'm excited to get some of these things checked off the list. I'm excited to be in town for another week. It's going to be awesome. Wrap some of these things up, make some progress on some stuff, and I got a lot of videos to shoot and put out, content to create for you. So once again, thanks for stopping by the channel. Game on, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.